Welcome to Playtest 1. You are part of a very small group of people. What you discover here will influence the way the game pans out, and each night your focus and learning will be demanded from you. It is up to you to keep yourself alive. I'll catch you in the video.
Okay.
Not particularly.
Wait. Whoa. Oh, that was sick.
Okay, we're in it.
Death is right there. Bunny love to him. I don't know why that happens. And it freaks me out, dude.
Oh.
I can hear you breathing.
I don't know how to get rid of you. Oh, I get rid of stepping.
Oh my god.
This game is scary.
Oh my god.
I'm scared.
Wrong person.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm so sorry. Stupid money.
What's supposed to happen?
What the fuck are you? What the fuck?
I got attacked by...
Go home.
Thank you.
Should I do it? Oh, I did.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I played that completely wrong. But I still won.
I never thought an ensemble of children would be so nice to hear. Oh.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hi, welcome back. So much has happened since last time. Is it your first time here? Welcome. This is part 2 out of a series in which I make a full-fledged FNAF fan game in Minecraft, using my reliable toolkit of Minecraft dev tools. I, of course, recommend watching part 1. Trust me, if you're interested at all in this, you will not regret it. Unless you do, then it's your fault. In that video, we solved and decided on countless early development things. User interface problems, basic AI behavior, how cameras worked on a technical level, early office designs, animatronic designs, camera shaking, animations. We playtested it. Yeah, we did a lot of stuff last time. And we, as in I, just playtested it. I playtested it like one time, and it was all right. And to those of you who've seen me before, welcome back. Thank you for coming back. Actually, you would not believe what I have been through since we last met. Basically, immediately after uploading my last video, I got more views than I ever thought that I would ever get in my entire life. I was actually completely dumbfounded because according to you guys, you actually loved that video. You freaking loved that video. You really loved it. It was pretty much everything that I wanted it to do and way more. People reached out to me just to show me what they were doing with mapmaking. I checked out some really cool projects. I learned things even I didn't know. And I even got some really cool surprises you will love to see. I will discuss it at the end of the video. So stick around if you want to see that. It's got something to do with mods. I hope that makes you stay, but anyway, what is actually going on here? Well, my plan for this video is to prepare for and to study the most important part of development. Far more important than any one task or activity I could do. Can you guess what it is? It's the playtest. Foxy's mechanic, and yes, a model for Chica as well, a gameplay loop I'm happy with showing off to people, a menu to go to before and after a night, everything else in between will be discovered as we go. Just starting with something basic and easy because I wanted to model, I didn't want to get back into the nitty-gritty already. This is Foxy. It's no question, the game literally is not complete without 5 programmed animatronics. He was completely absent from the last playtest that I did. And he is also actually my favorite. He has heavy focus on the vibe of the first game, at least this design that I'm making right here. I think the reason that I am actually attached to this guy, along with basically everybody else in 2014, do you remember that, by the way? Has to do with how distinct he is from the others. He's got his own little world to retreat into. He does not have to share his stage with anybody else and would totally be the most temperamental of everybody. Do you get what I mean? Sometimes I really wonder what the POV of the spirits are like. Does it even make sense? Would it make sense to us to do they communicate and orchestrate attacks? Like, how aware actually are they? Are they really trying to scare you? I don't know. Five Nights at Freddy's really does benefit from having a curious and active imagination because there are tons of blanks that are meant for you to fill in with your own ideas. The same thing goes for pretty much all of horror in general. The reason that you liked it so much was definitely because you lingered on similar questions for so long. You might not remember, but that is definitely what you did. I think that Foxy's functionality has stayed the same for the entirety of this dev cycle. I actually can't remember if I changed his behavior or not, but he's got 2 stages, and he also has one where he's out, and then after that he bounces between any location on the map. He does not have to be connected to a room in order to move to it. And then once he's moved about 3 times, he's forced into the staff hall camera. And then one more move after that means that you've died. And I also have something really cool to share with you. I added a cool death static thing. I was told that you can assign an image to any item for when it is worn on your head, and it will treat it like the pumpkin head in the normal game. Yes, it kind of works like the item model component in that you just put in the name of a model of an item and it switches to that. This is a lot like that in that you can just put in the name of an image in your resource pack and it literally just squishes and melts it to the shape of your eyes. Isn't that crazy? This is actually a feature that I wanted years ago, and I didn't even know it was in the game until now. Anyways, I have one more character that I need to talk about before I move on to very important things like gameplay adjustments. We will take a look at Chica. Got 2 words for this one. Fluffy bird that also has clothes. I think that Chica's actually supposed to be a baker. I never really thought about that. That's weird, right? A baker. That's why she has a cupcake, is because she baked it herself. We never get to see the characters actually do anything in character, you know? Like here's... Actually, no. There was in Help Wanted, I think in the Halloween one, there was like a foxy ride that you would like shoot like these balls out of, and he would like swing by you or something, and he actually had a voice and stuff. I think that's the only time we ever got to see like him do something that like him actually like do something. Like he just isn't just standing around, you know, and being haunted. Anyway, this isn't about him. This is about Chica. Here is more of the chicken. Do you like it? I think that she's actually pretty cute, which I don't know if that's an accomplishment or not because I'm supposed to be making a scary game here. But anyways, if you're wondering what I'm gonna do about all my characters being like cute and fluffy and stuff, I'm gonna try making their lighting as creepy as possible in all of the camera renders. It's just like in the very first game. The lighting did tons of the heavy lifting and making them all appear scary. And when I can't hide them behind images, I will try out a new technique that I have figured out that I can do. Basically, I can just draw shadows into their finished textures and it will give you the impression that they are shaded. And it actually ended up looking really good. Like this looks a lot more like something that you would see in a horror game. And oh my god, okay, well, we're going to get into this really soon, but I ended up feeling pretty embarrassed about what I ended up putting out with him last video. He was not that scary, but we will get into that very shortly. All right, so you might be a little bit shocked at what I end up changing here. I circled back around to playtesting the game a lot more because after modeling for so long, I was starting to get worried about the gameplay loop that I haven't thought about in a while. And I discovered something pretty bad. There was a thing that I wasn't doing in any of my playtests. I was not using the reset switch. Yes, it's that one. It was completely useless. It was not doing anything. It had to either pay rent or leave. And since the thing didn't pay rent, in fact, I don't think it ever communicated with me at all, I made the decision to just remove what was meant to be considered a core mechanic. I realized that it was completely pointless. Okay, here's the reason that it was put in to begin with. When I envisioned the game, I imagined that resets would be used like a currency, kind of. Certain animatronics would take more than one, and you would have to spend it wisely until you either ran out or you spent downtime refreshing it. But I never went down that path, since it felt pretty pointless because what I was developing now started feeling a lot better than what I had envisioned then. But at this point, after I removed it, I still kept the limited reset amount as I discussed in the last video. Another huge flaw that I really feared a lot and ended up coming true was what I said earlier, was that Dead Bear was not that scary in game, and he also is not even a small problem. In the current version, he literally just walks up to you, lets you know he's at the door, and then either kills you if you somehow don't hear his very generous sign that he's there, or walk away after a few seconds if you disconnect your power. With this current setup, there is not a single reason why you'd ever want to turn on building lights to look at him. I had a lot of things to fix with him. I needed to make his visual presence in the game the most daunting by far. He's the animatronic that you will see in person the most, after all. None of that would even matter if there was no reason to actually have to look at him or look for him. So it was pretty clear that Dead Bear needed to not only be a bigger threat in gameplay, but he needed to appear to be a bigger threat in gameplay. The good news is, we have one new open slot behind us to help involve him in the game somehow. Here's what I came up with. The building's built-in music system for late nights cleaning up after children. What is the purpose of this? Me and Ahmed went over many different ideas to readjust how he plays, and I landed on this. He has a meter. He has a bad mood that he can get into, and once he reaches it, you will not be able to get him away from your door by disconnecting the power and waiting for him to leave. In fact, if you do that, he will kill you. So what you need to do is you need to revert him back to a calmer state, and this thing is what does that. How can you tell when he's mad? Well, you have to turn on the building lights. And trust me, you will know when he's mad. Not only that, but while it's on, your awareness will be very hindered by the music playing throughout the building. All audio signs will show at least a level 2, making things like finding animatronics or haunted cameras take more attention. And also, as for some other gameplay adjustments, I made changes to the camera's gameplay loop, actually. I don't know if you remember, but last time I think it was in the middle of the playtest actually, I was discussing how I wanted to change a lot of these things, and I ended up doing pretty much all of the changes that I talked about. The animatronics still give you clues as to who they are, but they are now a small window after they either try to move or successfully move. Trying to move plays it on the same camera that they're present on, and a successful move plays wherever they end up. Just gotta be quick though, because the window to hear the clue closes after a few seconds. I also made a very important change to the reset button. You can now only reset them if they are haunting or at your door. You can still fail when they're not doing these things if you just press it willy-nilly, but you can only successfully reset them when they are doing either of those two things. In the last playtest, they were able to be sent back no matter their state. They could literally just be standing around in the bathroom, and if you knew who it was, you could just send them back to the stage for like a couple of seconds. Anyway, it's time for some really fun stuff. I ended up doing a lot of pizzeria decorating when I was setting up for another very important thing. You probably saw the menu at the start of the video. I can also guess that you'd be pretty excited to see what kind of presentation I'm going for with the game. And I made this. You can draw the curtains open and closed, and your night selection will appear. Left, right, and then press OK to select your night. The only problem that I have with this setup is that you have to look away from the thing that you're changing on your screen, which doesn't ruin it, but it just makes it a little bit weird, so I'll have to adjust that later. It also kind of just feels natural that in a 3D game, I would have the menu be a place that lets you see the building that you see only through images in normal gameplay. It should give you a sense of scale and some context of the space. I also set up the parts and service room. I needed a current day and a past day setup. What could he be doing here? Ooh, well, I'll let you in on my secret. You see, I can't rely on people having seen these ridiculously long videos to know how to play the game. This game needs its own tutorial, and this was going to help me set it up. You see, it would be super easy to have tooltips appear on screen, but what if we try to incorporate it in the story itself? And I'll tell you right now that I knew the perfect way, because before the first video even came out, I knew exactly how I was going to convey the story of the game, and exactly what would make sense for a tutorial just fell into my lap. I will show you. At the start of each night should be a video tutorial playing on the same monitors you use in gameplay. I was going to put in a few small animated sections for each animatronic as well. And for the night 1 tutorial, I had to give pointers on the sounds that each character makes, and also give you a pointer on when you should and should not try resetting them. My first rendition involved a lot of painful animation. It was all separately rendered as a bunch of PNGs, and then I had to plaster them on the models, and then I had to make an animation system for them. Normally, you would have like one singular scoreboard that gets added to. If you add 1 to a scoreboard on a ticking function, that means that you now have a thing that happens 20 times per second. Which for video-related things basically turns the frame rate of any video animation that we actually do into 20 FPS. Which might not be ideal for some things, but it's fine for us. But this assumes that you have frames you want to set at every single possible tick. If you want this to be a smoothly animated 20 FPS thing and you got like 100 frames, you'd have to be like and then set it when the scoreboard says this, and then set it when the scoreboard says this, and then set it when the scoreboard says this, and then set it when the scoreboard says this. He's gonna keep going for a while. But what if he had, say, like just 8 frames? For this example, I made this thing. You like it? To get it to look right in-game, it should be about 2 ticks apart. Much easier, right? Now you just put in a sound effect or something, and then you call it a day. But God forbid, if for any reason you want to change anything about this, like inserting a frame, making a part go faster than another part, and making another part go slower than the other part, it will make you wish for a world where you can just select a frame and say that I want this frame to take this much longer or this much shorter without having to increase or decrease the time of every other frame. Which is exactly why you're gonna meet my newest state-of-the-art animation system. We have ourselves a cutscene timer. This is added to as if it's a normal ticking scoreboard, but every time it matches the value of this scoreboard, next frame, it adds 1 to screen frame. The value of next frame is defined for every single screen frame that there is. This lets us directly control how long each frame exists for. Frame is also defined for every single screen frame. Getting confusing yet? Or do you see how this could be used way more efficiently than the last one? So this means that screen frame really doesn't reflect the actual frame being shown on screen. It's more like a tell of how far along in the timeline you are. And then for the command that actually tells the game to display this, I will actually show you, it is this. But this doesn't happen without converting the scoreboard of frame into a storage because, you know, it's being used as a macro in this line. And you might have also noticed that frame is used alongside subject. This right here is the name of the model. This command is literally saying, display this model with this name here on this thing. This works best on a frame-by-frame basis here, so that our animatics are easy to control. But that doesn't mean that using the same system for smooth cutscenes isn't also possible. Assuming that we'd have maybe 100 frames of animation in our resource pack that are named 1 through 100, frame then can't be 1 through 8. So great. But you see, this is where cycle comes in. Cycle lets us reuse frame numbers for this exact purpose. Realistically, my 100 frame animation in my resource pack would definitely be called something different than whatever our last 1 through 8 example frames would be. Let's actually call those peaky frames, and these 100 frames will be Andrew frames. We will just change the cycle from 1 to 2, and then we can do this by saying that at screen frame 9 cycle 1, we will add 1 to our cycle and reset our screen frames back to 1. And while we're in cycle 2, the subject will also be changed to Andrew frames. So now this command would go from saying something like peaky frames 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8 to Andrew frames 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. What I ended up doing with it ended up with a very rough first version of the Night 1 tutorial, but it was certainly passable. It kind of feels more like a demonstration, not in world by the way, than I would like it to be. The second night tutorial had me going back to making tons of assets for Foxy's stage, and I decided to change one of the rooms. The play area from before is now just a party room. I took a few looks at play area references and I could not figure out how to make this stuff work. It's also just full of massive props. Even some movie theaters have party rooms, guys. It's kind of sad we only have one, but at least there is one, right? I could imagine that this room would be booked ahead of time for weeks, if not months. At the height of its popularity, this would be the kind of place a parent would have to wake up at 6 in the morning to make a phone call booking a birthday party or something. I think that the third one, the effect that it has is actually pretty strong in terms of like scares, anxiety, I guess. The visuals being only drawings, though, will very, very likely be replaced, or at the very least redone by better drawings at some point. Also, I just want to go over this real quick. If you're wondering why I didn't do a phone guy and I instead chose to do VHS tutorials, FNAF VHS, stop. Okay, I promise I'm not going to do any of that stuff. It's for tutorials and it's for showing things that you might not see in game usually, okay? It's for story too. I chose VHS tape tutorials to fit more in the world and the tone because I don't have any like voice actors that would fit the role of the phone guy, to be honest. If I chose myself or any of my friends would know that was that friend, or like if I was me, like it would be like, okay, that's just peeky you talking to me. That's very immersion breaking. One of the very most important things to me is trying to get this immersion absolutely correct. I don't want to even think about trying to sacrifice anything to like tradition reasons. I really want to see how far I can push immersion in a Minecraft map. That's kind of your answer. Next section, I'm going to introduce you to a totally brand new thing that you probably won't be able to guess, that I didn't even think I'd be lucky enough to use when I was planning this map out. Just a very firm word of warning though, it is very much underutilized in this video because it's currently experimental and it is very tough to figure out. But before we do that, I just want to point out some smaller things I did after my gameplay related stuff was out of the way. You may have noticed some of this stuff earlier too. Foxy's Cove cameras were rendered, the stage cameras were rendered, I did animations for their resets, the cameras glitch when they're idle, and there's also hallucinations. Look at how cool this is. Oops. Look at that. I put in one command and the curtains for the stage move realistically. And they open and they close. I mean, obviously I did that, but like, I didn't make the commands to like do this, bro. Look at that. Isn't that nuts? I get to reap all the rewards without having to actually do anything else. Yeah, I'm talented. Yeah. Yep, I did that, by the way. I did that. No, I didn't. I'd used the software that let me do that. I have nothing to actually do. Well, I mean, I made the models, but like, other than that, like I didn't make the thing that let it be assembled in the first place. You know how long this would have taken to make all of these guys out of individual item displays myself? Insane. Look at this. Look at how cool this is. I made this. I made this, yeah. Cool, right? Well, it's not gonna be as cool as this next thing. Imagine, if you will, if we could make the game go from this to even just something like this. Remember how last video I mentioned that Optifine? We'll circle back around to that later. So in the middle of working on the map, I got an email from someone on the team of this bendy map. God, that's so cool. Isn't that so cool? Yeah, they all know me, baby. Yeah, it's all just like custom artwork, custom texturing over everything. It's so good. And they have such like great techniques, like right here under this door. I was staring at these things for so long. I actually got to talk to some more of the guys who made it, and my peak interest was in the shaders, because that was one of the things that I didn't have in my map, and it was one of the things I thought could really enhance the feeling of it. I learned a lot about shaders in our short conversation. It is that they are very painful, and also apparently very necessary. The documentation for this stuff is either dated, or it doesn't exist, or you have to rely on pre-existing knowledge, because this is in OpenGL. Or GLSL, I don't know, but it is in another programming language that I have no idea how to use. So I went back to a comment that had a pointer for me, and oh my god, it's the guy I just talked to. You apparently can just change the light maps inside of a resource pack. In fact, you can do tons of things inside of a resource pack. Some of it is extremely performance heavy or too high level. In fact, I know nothing about OpenGL, but we're gonna try moving some numbers around anyways. Numbers that we can only find in the default file for the light map, which I got from here. Since the light map is found in the core shader folder instead of the post shader folder, that means that it will work across all kinds of graphic settings. That also means that Optifine is no longer necessary to get the ideal map experience. I knew it was pretty awkward to have to suggest that people would have to go and install this in order to get that. But I really want post shaders because that is what a lot of these things use. I knew nobody. Who could I rely on in this dark time? Perhaps someone who is very good at programming and has already been established from the last video.
Don't forget to knock.
Yep, that's right. The same guy who kind of helped me last time is actually putting in work that I would have never been able to do myself.
Who are you talking to?
So that means there is a second person I can actually credit with helping me work on the map.
Doing that thing again?
Apparently, he actually kind of knew OpenGL from working on his website, so he was the perfect guy to go to. The first thing I instructed my newest, one and only helper was to add an experimental, easy little thing.
The film grain effect. For this we used resource pack shaders, which are a pretty experimental feature in Minecraft, and they change like every release, so any attempts to document their usage goes out of date every few months. It's kind of annoying, but you know, what you gonna do? Anyways. Shaders are graphics code which are executed directly on your GPU, split into two types. Vertex shaders, which are responsible for handling geometry and object layout, like FOV warping or waving grass, and fragment shaders, which handle colors and pixels. Since we're adding noise to the final image, we're going to use a fragment shader as a post-processing module at the end of the graphics pipeline. The concept is pretty simple. We're going to adjust each pixel's RGB value by adding or subtracting a small amount. To keep performance good, we're going to use a pseudo-random number generator. Unlike true randomness, pseudo-random number generators use an algorithm to create a sequence that looks random but is computationally much faster. I built a hashing algorithm that uses the pixel's coordinates and the current game time as a seed. It outputs a value between 0 and 1, and we use that value to shift the pixel's color. While technically a repeating pattern, it's subtle enough to trick the human eye, creating a convincing film grain without obvious tiling.
I really like it for this map. In fact, I will probably just turn it down a little bit more because it is a little bit too intense right now. Some way, it just makes the visual feel more complete. He also helped me discover the onion that is Minecraft lighting, and the way where you have to peel back several layers of everything just to get to the core that... at the core of an onion is just more onion, isn't it? So whatever. You might have noticed that in my last playtest, in the last video, the monitors and everything was a little bit dark. It turns out that it is this feature called cardinal lighting. Cardinal lighting is this. This is terrible for certain textures. This is terrible for things that don't need it. This is on every single model that isn't a block in the entire game. I think it also is for blocks, but it's called something else. But it isn't on text displays though. But text displays have their own culling issues. I could not figure out how to effectively understand or change OpenGL code. I could not even figure out where I should start to understand it. So this is where I called upon Andrew to fix this problem as well. Andrew removed cardinal lighting and we got a much improved look for the monitors. Everything else kind of looks interesting, I guess. It kind of looks like an old like 90s animated like show or something, and it might even enable a really unique look for the map that sets it apart from other things. You never know. Well, this also means that I can try out the really cool idea I had before, where I tried to fake bloom. And while it did look really cool, I was lulled into a deadly pursuit of awe and wonder. So, as an example, it wasn't nearly as bad as this, but I wanted to add a glow that kind of looked like that. Actually, no, that is the perfect example. That is it, but it's broken. You can kind of tell because of these two little, let's just call them like teeth down here. In this shader, if you just like set this, it's usually like this. If you set this is like 10%, and that's 255, so it cuts off at around 25 opacity or 30 opacity. I don't really know what it means, to be honest. Yeah, those little teeth are gone, and that's because there's more. This fades off much more gradually. Like, look at this. You know what that is? That's just a... It's just a PNG just sitting in your face. Look at that. It's just a PNG. I can like rotate it. I can spin it around. That's just a PNG. And look at how convincing it looks when you pair it with just the right color. Wow. I don't even know what to say. I'll be honest with you. I don't even know what to say. Oh my God. You see, the problem with this is culling. Culling that only exists on fabulous settings. You know, the one we need for film grain and other potential future very powerful post-processing effects that make the game much more unique. It only culls text displays, and a good idea would be to just change out the text displays for item displays, but then... The more I think about this, the worse I feel for even telling you that I wasted so much time on trying to perfect this technique because, God, I was so stubborn to demolish this culling behavior. Andrew was kind of the only guy who could do any of the work with like culling, shading stuff, and he was hitting dead ends. In order to help him out, I asked in the Minecraft command block Discord server. But that's okay, because we have one more server where it's even more relevant to add. Well, while Andrew's spending time working on the bloom shader, hopefully he finds it easier to do and actually possible, unlike trying to just erase shader code. Who cares? You've got something much better on the way, so we can focus instead on getting some of the last-minute gameplay changes done.
I did my own playtesting runs and I learned a couple of things. Foxy can sometimes feel unfair, reset amounts are still useless and don't change the flow of the game at all, and building lights are still very overpowered. You see, sometimes with Foxy, when he gets away, you can waste a reset and force a long refresh for something you couldn't have guessed in those circumstances. So in other words, you might be looking at a camera with him on it and he would give you no warning sign that he was about to move. So to patch this, I made Foxy emit a very distinct noise for 1 full second right before he moves, and another to anticipate the noise if you've been lingering on the camera just staring at him. The second thing, reset amounts. Reset amounts are still useless and they change nothing. So the game was very easy when resetting idle animatronics was a thing, but since that was removed earlier, along with a reset switch resetter, I had this sort of small mechanic that didn't change anything at all about the way the game was played, so I just decided to remove it. All it did in gameplay was stall your reset buttons every 4 times you used them. Kind of just felt like a very arbitrary afterthought rule to follow rather than something you have to base your entire mindset and gameplay around, which was originally the goal. I wonder if anybody's going to be mad at me for this, but now you literally just have infinite resets, which isn't really that much of a help, to be honest, because the game is just as difficult as before. So really, not much changed, except now, if you push the wrong reset button, you actually run the risk of losing information on the battlefield. That means that not only will your reset stall, but your only lifeline will then be cut off for you for several seconds. I'm talking about the cameras, by the way, except that the cameras also are not a lifeline, because if you just turn on the building lights, the threat of the animatronic at your door is just completely gone. You see, I wanted to encourage tracking an animatronic and getting a good read on who was about to show up at your door. I also wanted you to use the revealed status of the other two if you didn't know who it was. This would give you less time to save yourself in the event of an attack, but it would still be possible if you didn't know who was at your door. Which hopefully also plays off of Dead Bear. Anyway, I think that addresses everything. Wait, well, at this point, I'm actually still missing 2 rooms I could be fully rendering right now. I remember when I set up the Pirate's Cove in the backstage, but I'm also meant to be releasing the playtest very soon. In fact, at this point in the real PKU timeline, I am meant to release it today, in about 5 hours. I chose to render the back room because I thought it was cooler. That's all. I have to make 8 animated images and 6 static ones. That is all I can do. Foxy unfortunately gets left out of this one again, but trust me, by the next video, every single render, and hopefully the entire game by then, will be finished. That is the plan after all. It is absolutely no contest that this is the best looking set of renders in the game so far. It really does make me excited to do the rest. I really like the steps that I have to do. It's quite involved. I really do like it. So what next? I still needed a 6 a.m. screen. Yeah, I had a few graphics I made the night before, and it was ready to go. I found a beautiful sound effect to use for night completion, and I knew I just needed to use that one. Oh yeah, we might as well start a quick listening session since we're already here, but I have to start whispering. Remember how I briefly mentioned last video that there would be music? Here is the menu music that you heard at the start of the video. There's 2 kinds. Lastly, there is also my own atmospheric music that plays in the nights. There's 2. I am really happy that I get to use any kind of original music in this map. The menu music, though, was not made by me. The in-night music is a lot simpler in that it's kind of just like 1 or 2 instruments that play every once in a while. But the menu music is a lot more of, like, you know, music. It was actually made by Zerto. Zerto, if you want to say anything, you can say it now. Just say hi or something. I don't know.
Wait, can you hear me? Pika will let me out. He's been keeping me here. Please, somebody call some.
Thank you, Zerdo. You have contributed to the much more polished experience seen in this video compared to the last one. So we've got plenty of new things in our map now. We have Chica, Foxy, we have animations for when they get reset so they don't just disappear, a much more refined Dead Bear, some very necessary gameplay adjustments, some visual clarity for the monitors, experimental fake bloom, film grain, a more refined light map. Generally, just a much more polished experience than what I had before. That's pretty much everything as it stands in this playtest. Are you ready? Presenting all 4 of our playtesters. Hi, I have to tell you something. This version of the playtest kind of sucked. It wasn't player friendly, and it was also short-lived. But that doesn't mean that it wasn't important. It's demonstrating something to us that is very obviously a problem, and I cannot just ignore it in this video. So you will see me intentionally divide this playtest into 2 distinct parts. So just look out for that, all right? There's Andrew. Andrew's a quiet guy.
Never played a single FNAF game before. I have a lot of friends who are into FNAF, so I absorb it through them.
Ahmed. Ahmed was a real delight to watch. He is full of willpower, and he is going to turn out as our most devoted playtester. He will come a little later when the first patch is sent out. Kai.
I'm weirdly anxious. I'm a little scared, just like a little bit. And oh wow.
He also has a history of making things in Minecraft like I have, but he was more for servers and stuff. He's like a cousin to mapmaking, basically. David.
We're here. I unfortunately, I'm not sure if this is my first reaction you would call it, but I was saying earlier to Izzy that this is an incredibly detailed room. Like, look at the ceiling. Like, you got the tiles falling down, and like the posters, and like, it's cool. Like, I really like it. I like the ambience.
He will also appear later on. Enough of that, though. We're here for the juice. I'll be starting with our Playtest 1.0 crowd, Kai and Andrew. Kai was pretty impressed. He was already finding things to love about the game in his first few seconds.
This is very cool. That's a really nice sound. How did you... Okay.
Those are my friends for tonight, I suppose. Oh, those are glowing. Evil guy. Hinted at in the first video, I believe. I don't know if do they want me to do something? Oh wait, that was just skip. Oh. Okay.
Wait, can we play that again? Whoa, oh, that was sick. Oh, that was cool.
Yeah, he skipped the tutorial on accident, of course. I should have put something there that just says skip. Well, I mean, that makes our first note. Kai didn't make the same mistake, and he kept his eyes on the screen. Now, of course, he wasn't able to put 2 and 2 together immediately. This is intended. He should soon learn how what he saw actually matches the way the game plays out.
Oh, okay. I have battery. Do I have to like conserve? What the heck does that mean? What's happening? Do I want that on or do I want that off? Am I dead?
I don't understand. Wait. Okay, wait. Well, that's gonna break it, isn't it? Because I'm reloading during the middle of a match. Oh, it didn't. Ah. Okay, either I'm stupid. I'll figure it out. Either I'm stupid or I'm just not thinking.
Kai pressed on regardless. Of course, my tape wasn't enough. He had to witness how these things matched up in real time. This is where we see if my approach of the player needing intuition and recognizing the behavior seen in the tapes will work. Or if there just isn't enough clarity. Can you guess what it was? Can you? It also doesn't help that the placeholder images just say a singular number. I should have thought of that.
Is it Bonnie? It's Freddy. I thought it was like it had to do with the noise, and I know it does. I know it has to do with the noise, but
I really don't know what I'm doing. How is my power at 72%? There's a haunting in the backstage. What am I supposed to do? So who's there? How am I supposed to know who's haunting? Is it him? Does he do that? Is that wrong? Who is that? I'm just gonna guess. That was probably wrong. There's still someone. Okay, if it wasn't you, I got it right, I think.
I know that's Chica.
Who is that? How am I supposed to? Did the lights go off for that? That's kind of cool, that static screen.
I know that's Chica, but I'm afraid to press the Chica button again, because last time I pressed... Am I supposed to press the button while they're making the noises?
I guess I can learn the location. So this one is like closest to me. I believe that's where I am. Oh, I guess they're just in the layout of what makes sense, like of the actual how far back everything goes.
I know it's Bonnie, and I'm guessing I don't do anything about him now. I think I'm supposed to wait till something like happens. Okay. And I press that. And then you go home.
He does actually learn there must be a condition to reset. I'm not sure if he realized this from the tutorial or if he guessed without it, but this gets undone by him misreading a haunting animatronic. He got mixed up on two different characters, thinking the haunting animatronic was Bonnie when it was actually Chica. The camera next to him is what he was thinking of when he thought of Bonnie.
What? What? But it was haunting.
Don't tell me they get harder. There's more mechanics each time. Izzy told me to call him again if I'm struggling, so that I will do.
Andrew.
Oh, so then is the goal just to figure out who's next to the door so when they come, then I can press the button?
For your first night, yes.
Wait, can I ask you first, like, what did you think, like, the tutorial 1 was saying? Before, like, I told you.
I thought it was just showing me the animatronics and then, like, that I can push buttons that correspond to them. That's, like, all that I got from it. Like, after you said it the other time where it's like they make noises that they do in that intro, then I got that, but I had no idea that that's what that was telling me.
Even with the crazy progress he was making after, it would not make sense to consider this a success of the game teaching you, because he did call me about 2 times after all. But he did feel really accomplished after he learned how to look for and deflect one at the door.
Get out of here.
He was attacked only 3 times in night 2, which is pretty lucky, and then he made it to night 3, where this happened.
Hi, Andrew.
Izzy, how do I turn the light on in the, like, storage room?
In what?
In the storage room, like, on the side to the left.
That's connected to building lights. Everything outside of your office is building lights.
I can turn building lights on?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that the light had to be on. Oh.
In Andrew's defense, in this version, there was an oversight where the lights of those buttons would stay on even after power was disconnected. It confused him. It was fixed in the next patch. Sorry, Andrew. After reviewing this footage, I knew exactly why they were not only lost, but couldn't learn through experimentation as well. I made it so that pressing a reset button in any scenario without a reason to reset penalized you. I imagine that this would make you cautious against reckless resets, but instead it's accidentally telling them that because they were allowed to fail in that instance, it means that they could have succeeded with the same button press. This never directly steered them towards the maybe they should be haunting idea, so something's gotta change. So we're gonna have to do an emergency adjustment. Let's say if you could only fail when the right condition was met, and then otherwise the button would click and do nothing, this would help tell them if they're going in the right direction a lot more. I have to tell you, I wasn't sure if it would even be interpreted this way. I could not expect anything at this point. We just had to get them to actually test the true gameplay loop. So, I mean, yeah, that part's finished. Sorry guys, so we can resume the playtest now.
It's been a few days now as he's put out some patches, and I actually know a lot more about how to play the game now.
Okay. We're gonna play Night 1 again. Because yay! Yay!
So I hear this guy on cam 1. Let me see him. Oh, he's right there.
Okay, but first impressions though, this is awesome. I've already seen a bit of this because he was showing me it while he was making it, but I haven't seen the finished product. What does that mean? Oh, it's 1 a.m. Okay.
Like, you really didn't have to make it dark right there. You could have, like, given me... Heck, give me a door button, man. I don't like that. It's scary.
See, I didn't know I could do that before. Do I even really need to know their noises now that I have the building lights?
Whoa. Huh. That's cool.
Are you there? No. She's haunting. Goodbye, Chica.
Okay. That scared the crap out of me. Oh my god. I don't see the I don't see the eyes anymore. I'm not sure how badly I'm messing up here, but I haven't died yet. Even though... Oh, okay! I was right! Wait! I was right! Oh my god. Oh.
Our tension was working well. Our players were getting close to the end too. Kai, though, he had a predicament. A very common predicament I love seeing players try to fight off.
Fuck. Are you fucking kidding me, bro? No! No! I thought I had it! I thought I had it! I thought I had it! And I pressed the light switch too much, and now I'm gonna die! Ah! Wait. I am Pimp Chimpin'. I'm Pimp Chimpin'!
Let's just send you back. It's fine.
That's a new set of eyes.
Right?
You fucking
Alright, I'm gonna
can't
keep
do
that
shit
off
to me.
until
You can't do
hopefully
shit to me.
the power
Can't do shit to
turns
me.
back on
Think
and I
I
get
figured it
my...
out.
Party.
Think I figured it out.
Get
Think
out of
it's
here.
Bounty.
Yeah, yeah, what are you gonna do?
Why can't I reset?
What are you gonna do? Nothing.
Go back.
Nothing at all.
Too simple.
Because the bell tolled. Okay.
That worked out.
I think I figured it out.
Hey.
Give me something harder.
Survive the first night.
I'm gonna do these all in one go.
I didn't
That makes me so
know
happy.
how
That makes me
to
so
reset.
happy. That actually made me
That's
so
the
happy.
plan.
Like it worked
I was
like
like,
the
oh.
first time, but then I don't think I had
When
enough
I realized I
power
won.
to reset again.
Like I
kinda
actually
weird
like
because, like,
understood. What I mean,
it means-
okay, like.
Playtest relaunch, everyone got it first try. You won't see this happen again. I have an observation to make with Kai's playthrough here, an observation that actually proved me right. The playtest of the tone I was talking about in the beginning of the game was a great idea. There were many things that were very minor, non-gameplay related that contributed a lot to his paranoia.
Dude, I drank a Red Bull before this, if it wasn't obvious. You've got something here, man. You've got something. It's got me. Woo. I wish I had a heart rate monitor right now, because this game makes me freak out, man. I still love these buttons, though. These are good ass. These are good buttons.
Even with Ahmed or David, they both had obviously been pretty anxious. I know Kai is like a horror game hypersensor, but like if I didn't scare him as much as it did, I probably would have felt like a total failure. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to night 2 with David, Kai, and Ahmed with us. Andrew was further ahead on night 3 for now, but we will reach him.
And we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Yay! See, now my heart rate is going. Look at you. You're not even scary.
Is this some kind of a foreshadowing that I'm gonna have to deal with Foxy?
So, nothing. It's starting to open. It's starting to open more. It's opening even more. And that's when... So then he's gone. So that's when Foxy's like actually like roaming.
Maybe the last one's the kill state?
Definitely not a positive omen. So let's begin.
I'm guessing that's Bonnie. Should probably keep it on. What the fuck?
Okay, so they're already going. So much more to manage now. Hurry up, Freddy. Hurry up, Freddy. Hurry up, Freddy. You're gonna wait till the last second. Are you kidding me?
Who are you? Oh!
Still there. Foxy's starting to move. Beside me is fine. Okay. Okay, so it's not that, so then it must be this then. Let's go! Okay, so I think it's the color of the eyes. The color of the eyes will tell you. Oh, this is awesome. Okay, cool. That's red. That's easy. Wait, maybe it's orange?
So I keep on turning my light on because Dead Bear is supposedly over there somewhere. Oh, you fucker, don't do that. Oh, that gets me every single time. No joke. He's gonna come over in like 10 seconds. Are you gonna wait for the last second again? Move, fucker! Move! We're not doing this game again.
Okay, I'm gonna reset dining. I don't know who that is and Please don't get me, please don't get me. Bonnie, go back. Bonnie, please leave. Please leave me alone, please. Leave me alone, please. Let me reset, please. Die. Please, go away, please. I beg you.
No way. No way. You're gonna play this game again, Freddy? Are you kidding me? Fucker!
Nothing is working. I don't know, man. I don't know why I died. I don't know. I was trying to reset.
That's fine.
I don't know how to get rid of you. How do I get rid of Dead Bear? Oh no, I don't know how to get rid of Dead Bear. My victory is very short-lived when I see that creaky old guy in the corner.
Who are you? Who's there? Get away from me. Go away. Please. Oh. What the fuck are you? Go away. How did I live? Holy fuck.
Yeah, okay, Foxy's coming. Please. Okay, Come on! I pressed the Foxy button like 6 times!
I don't know who you are. I got the right one. Stupid bunny! He's blind, he's blind, he's blind, he's blind. If blind comes, I'm fucked. Oh, please finish. Please.
Go home. Go home.
I played that completely wrong. I played that completely wrong, but I still won. I still won. I still won. Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh. Oh. Oh my god.
Good job, playtesters! Your resolve was not unanswered. So, although David did not make it through night 2,
I'd honestly have to ask Izzy how to do it. But you know what? Just for the fun of it, one last little bit for the recording. I'm gonna try night 5.
I don't really know if our change is working. David was under a very new impression.
Let's go! Okay, so I think it's the color of the eyes. The color of the eyes will tell you.
And also another impression that Andrew was under, which was that the resets were global in some sort of way. So that obviously seems to be an issue now. But the list I've accumulated does cover many fixes for this already. Sadly though, this is where Kai's run ends. Everyone say thank you to Kai for playing my game. It seems like he has the least playtime out of everybody because he stopped here, but he actually had a lot. This is because he's played night 1 tons of times. You will learn why later. I also have to be straight with you. I don't want to comment on more playtest footage anymore. Yes, we're going to reach Andrew and you will see the end, but I can straight up tell you, I've got it all covered. I reviewed everything. There's a lot of things to say about this. This video is very long already, and I promised myself a long time ago, no more 1 hour long videos, and yeah, we're here. I obviously have to be courteous to you. I started the playtest arc and I have to find a way to end it. I really hope you understand why I'm doing this. There's just so much studying and just so many meticulous little things that you'd have to go through in order to get this entire message across from you. The game is not good. Or, I mean, it is good, but it's not good. But right now, it's got a lot that needs to be fixed, okay? And I will bring it up to you after. You can actually sit back and have a quick montage of Amit and Andrew fighting for first place. If there was anything major or relevant, I will bring it up to you after. And I wonder if anyone's gonna recognize his music. Yeah, have fun.
You did this to me. You. I'm just shutting my power up. Oh, that stupid chicken, I think.
So what is that usage bar? Bonnie, I believe, is there.
Oh shit, they're all active. Let's go, chicken. Ooh, you all thought.
Gotcha.
I got that stupid chicken. I got her. This guy thinks he's slick. He thinks he's fucking slick, huh? What?
Come on. Gonna try harder than that.
Foxy's about to leave. It's risky to turn off the power. Oh my god. Who are you? Woohoo! Oh, wait, that was the last power cycle. I finally made it! Oh my god!
So far, night 1, night 2, night 3, all in a row, bang, bang, bang.
That guy's scary, bro. No!
What's supposed to happen? Well, this definitely wasn't supposed to happen.
Yes!
Number 4!
Wow, they just dropped you right in.
I gotta conserve power this time.
I'm probably gonna have to move more.
What? He must have been. Oh,
I just reset him, guys. Guys, I'm the best for that.
yeah? What do you need help with? You mind helping me move rack into the basement? Sure. I'll be back.
Who's that? I can't take a risk. Foxy's gonna get me here. Oh, I won. Oh my days. Oh. How could you do this to me, Izzy? You really fucked me up for the day. Oh my god.
The champion of Playtest 1.0, Ahmed. Playtesting has officially wrapped up. The next major version will be in the next video. So, what did I come away with? A lot. For the learning stage, if I were to brighten up the reset buttons and give them a distinct sound when you can either fail or succeed, that on its own would have solved the problem we had earlier. I wanted to also expand haunting mechanics a bit more and have them do something more than drain power, so level 2 after a certain point is going to cut out the feed of the camera. Lots of additions for clarity in here, and here are but a few of the biggest ideas floating around. I know what you're going to think, but hear me out. What if we could have the 2 aggressors and open up both doors to each animatronic? Even Deadbear. Like for Deadbear, you'd have to actually use the camera to see his state, until he reaches your door, of course, and then for other animatronics, you'd have a short window of using the building lights to see them in the storage room. There could be a lot of intricacies introduced here. I came up with this because high-level play felt kind of repetitive after a certain point. Everything just started feeling formulaic, and then the potential extra aggressor, so that you'd have to figure out who's going on what side. This seems to be like a lot on top of an already tough game people are clearly still struggling with. So I might not do this, I don't know, but yeah, we did it. We got our game ready for playtests, we playtested and got exactly what we needed from it. End of video, right? But wait. Ooh. I just caught my phone from falling. That was lightning fast. Like my arm was all the way down and sitting on this thing in front of me. Dang, that was crazy. Anyway, but wait, there's still more unanswered questions. Yes, I am reading your mind as we speak. I probably know what you're thinking too. Here's just a few of them. What did the players actually think after it was all wrapped up? Where's the emotional payoff here? Was it good? Did they like it? What did they like about it? Perfect question. Also, what's in the future? What do we expect in the next video? What are you gonna do? What's happening soon? Well, in video 3, we will do gameplay-centered adjustments first and multiple playtests at different stages. All of the things that don't influence the gameplay loop will be pushed back until later in the video. So then the rest of the game will be built there, and I will also set up a more refined look for the graphics. So honestly, even some textures might be reworked, the office will look more used and lived in, the pizzeria will finally be completed, all renders should be made, and I will have to set up for very secretive things like the narrative and Night 6 and just other things. And then also, don't quote me on this, do not quote me on this, take this with a grain of salt, but the original plan was to release the game soon after video 3. And then you might even get a part 4 for other things like spoilers and just aftermath, you know what I mean? That video would barely be a devlog though, so I don't know, but we'll see. There's a lot to be excited about. So now to answer the first question, the part that made me feel very, very validated. This was a lot of payoff for me. This was very cathartic to hear what everybody thought. They did record a couple of things for me at my request because I needed something to cap the video off with, because there was a lot of build up the entire video. The whole point of this video was to get it ready for them and then watch them play it and then study what they've done after that. So what they think.
I'd never played any FNAF games before, so really all I knew was evil guys coming for me and I had to do chores to stay alive. So a lot of my time was spent running crying to Izzy because I had no idea what I was doing. But after I could finally stand on 2 legs, the game was a lot of fun. I kept coming back a day later to try to see if I could squeeze past into the next night. 10 out of 10 would recommend.
You need to release this game ASAP. That was a very enjoyable time. Honestly, my biggest complaint, we need more nights. Night 6, custom night, please, I beg you. Because the mechanics are so smooth. Except for the light switch. God damn, that light switch did not feel good. But the renders on the displays and the way that you have to track everybody with the audio cues and dead bear just looming at that door, I love it, and I need more.
One of the first things I noticed about it was that the environment was really similar to a FNAF game. Like, all the graphics and everything came together in a really, like, seamless way, and the way that it made me feel when I knew that the animatronics were coming for me gave me the same kind of stress when I played the normal FNAF games. And it was horrifying. I didn't really know what I was supposed to look out for, though, I will say. The screens were a little bit hazy, and so it made it a little bit difficult to see exactly what I was supposed to look out for, and if there was, like, an actual animatronic in frame. Also, the buttons I found were a little bit tricky to navigate. I think that there were some bugs that I ended up encountering. Like, there's a situation that I was in where it should have reset one of the animatronics, but, like, it should have killed me, but it didn't. I'm not actually sure, but overall it was a really cool experience. It was just like a FNAF game, and that means that it was horrifying, and it can only improve from there.
The most prominent thought I had while playing this map, this game, this Peaky Five Nights, was I am scared. Dude, I could, like, barely get through it. I mean, and that's the thing, I wanted to keep playing, I wanted to keep doing it, but I would, like, psych myself out, or, like, I mean, everything about it would just scare me. For number one, you didn't have to make it so that there's no doors. You didn't have to do that. That scares me, because, like, it's like, oh, what's on the other side of the blackness? Number two, every single little detail about it just kind of terrified me in a way that I can't describe. The aesthetic of it, the sounds that you chose, the way the hallucinations. Ooh, that always got me, personally. That always got me. This is turning out longer than it probably should, but I genuinely think that this map deserves more than 30 seconds of speaking. When I first heard about it, because Peaky, you would always tell me that, oh, I feel bad for you because you're gonna get scared. And I would always be like, ah. You'd be like, oh, it's gonna be too much. I'd be like, because it's like, oh, it's Minecraft. I can't be too scared. That's a lie. That's the biggest lie I ever told myself, because I was scared. I would get so anxious about playing that I avoided playing. And I kept just playing night one over and over again because, like, it started to feel more comfortable. But it genuinely scared me. Like, it scared me. I've said that so much, but I mean, that's what it was. That's what it did. It scared me. It's really well made. It's really well made. I don't know if that comes across on the video too well, but man, I would play, I would open it, and instantly I'd be transported into the atmosphere you created, and it is something that I have never experienced inside of Minecraft before. I have played all sorts of mods. I have played Minecraft since 2013. I've played modded Minecraft since forever. I have seen tons and tons of custom content made by players for this game, and I do not think a single one of those things comes close to scaring me as bad as this map did. Not a mod, this map. And I think that's kind of crazy.
Hi there. No, you are not going crazy. This is rendered live inside of the game. This is almost exactly like the drawing that I showed off earlier, the fake thing. There are some other changes that I've made as well. I don't know if you can notice, but there's lots of coloring that has changed. There's a lot for us to catch up on, actually, so I better just get a couple of things out of the way. So first of all, this is all thanks to Andrew. He put together this one-of-a-kind, never heard of before, kind of buggy for some reason that he cannot control anyway, but it works perfectly fine in our case. Bloom shader. Remember that? I brought up how he was working on the newest Bloom shader, this organic live rendering thing. I want to see what this looks like without all of the adjustments. It looks like that. It looks like that. It doesn't look very good. It looks good, but it doesn't look as good as it could be. I don't even consider this finished. And if you notice, this door is a lot smaller. It's more human-sized. This is how big it was. Also, I promised that I would talk about something. I was going to talk about mods. So far, there are 2 Five Nights at Freddy's mods out there that have agreed to let them use stuff based on this fan game. So, like, it's gonna be like models of like the characters and like certain blocks and stuff like that. It's gonna be nuts. The first one that contacted me, or maybe I contacted them, I'm not sure, I don't remember, it was a while ago, but it's the Fazbear franchise package mod. They have some amazing stuff in the works right now. It's like another like tycoon sort of mod where you get to actually build your pizzeria, and it's cool because it's like Minecraft's normal, like in-depth, like building something from the ground up exactly the way you like it, and then having it actually work as like a functional thing. It's like got that appeal to it. Also, before I forget to bring this up, going off in a rant about these mods, there was one mod that I wanted to do that I didn't, purely because I just forgot, because there was so much going on. But I want to do more mods and stuff. Like, I want to let more people like do it, and I forgot. Okay, I forgot to contact them again. And the other one is the Five Nights at Freddy's mod, which is it's like that one's. I believe it is about just building something that is really nice and having characters inhabit it, and the characters come out and kill you. That might happen in the other mod, I'm not really sure, but they both have some really cool stuff in regards to this fan game. Isn't that nuts? The people they want my fan game in there. The thing that really stuck out to me was the animator was really freaking good at putting things into movement from like an idea, especially like with this like Dead Bear thing that is like there's so many subtle little things about it. It's not just like a 2-second loop like what I did. I really gotta step up my game now if I want to keep up with how talented everybody else is around me. But alas, I am two guys. I am the guy that did all this, and I am also technically kind of the guy, because I tell him what to do, that is doing these things right here. These are awesome. I would be nowhere without Andrew, by the way. Andrew did all of these things. Andrew he changed the game, really. Like, look at that. Look at that thing. He changed everything. So say thank you to Andrew, guys. He is the reason that this is going to look as good as it does. But anyways, I want to show off one more thing. It's not over here. I'm just walking around. But this whole time I had a name for the map in mind. I made a sketch. Okay, I made a sketch. It's not final. I made a sketch of the logo that I wanted. Here it is. Freddy's 2003 was always the name that I had in mind. I don't know if anybody is going to have anything to say about it, but that's what I always had in mind. It was Freddy's 2003. I just wanted like a simple name, and then I just wanted like the year. I wanted to be kind of unassuming, you know what I mean? I don't think that there's a game that happens in the 2000s, even though a lot of this is just kind of a relic of like the 80s or 90s and stuff, but this isn't. I don't know if you knew, but I said cheap little LCD screen. You know how expensive LCDs were in the 90s? Couldn't have been any sooner than the 2000s. So if you picked up on that clue, you'd know, oh, wait a second, this is past the year 2000. Even though they were still expensive in the early 2000s, by 2003, they started dropping in price. So I don't know, maybe your character works somewhere and they just brought this along with them. I don't know. Who knows where he could have gotten this? Maybe it is affordable by the time that this happens. I mean, I know what part of the year it happens in, you don't. But anyways, what I was imagining for this one is just literally like a piece of the wall, like this wall, this wall right here, a piece of the wall, and then the alarm clock that says 2003 right under it, and then just like big, like letters, like engraved, maybe just like popping out of the wall. It just says Freddy's, and then the bottom is 2003. And then you got like webs, and you got like maybe like I was thinking on the sides of like adding pillars right here. Like on the sides is gonna be like these pillars. Like I wanted the art to be something that is like it's like a piece of art. Like it's a designed thing and it looks fun and it's fun to look at. Like I wanted that. I made something else like that for an older map of mine, and that map is very, very far in the future. But like that was kind of my philosophy with that logo in particular, was that I wanted it to be fun. Anyways, I got to keep this part shorter. So that's about it, actually. I got to get back to work. I'm having tons of fun. Thank you for watching. I'll see you later.
You have one unheard message. First unheard message sent yesterday at 7:15 p.m. End of message.